What's going on, arcade nerds? I haven't made a video for a while, and I see a lot of YouTube guys make videos of talking, just a bunch of talk, and that's what this video is going to be. I'm going to talk about some arcade things, but really what I'm doing is we're working on my truck. I don't know if you can see that or not, but see, I'm going to tell you. I have my good friend Ryan over here. He's helping me out because I'm a fat guy, and I have 2 torn rotator cuffs, so that doesn't really help out when you're trying to turn bolts and stuff like that. But let me tell you why I'm working on this truck. This is my second truck. Okay. I had 3, but I ended up trashing that one truck, scrapping it I should say, because the engine overheated and the temperature gauge didn't work and it ran like that and it was done. So I'm going to Tennessee to work on what I believe to be the world's largest arcade collection, and I only have two-seater trucks, so I need to get the clutch fixed on this truck, and my wife is going to drive one truck, I'm going to drive the other truck, my kids will be in both trucks, and that's how I'm going to get to Tennessee. See, this truck needs a new clutch, the other truck runs just fine, but so in the future you're going to see some videos of, last year I worked for the same guy, and yeah, I know my beard is some nasty. I got some grease all over me and stuff right now. But anyways, last year I worked for the same guy, and I made a couple of videos. I made 2 videos. I'm gonna make better videos this year. It's gonna be way better. But I fixed 300 and some arcade machines, and so I made like 2 videos. One's I fixed 300 games, fixed part 1, and then a part 2. But see, I'm not doing any arcade things right now, so I can at least try to talk about some arcade things that I'm going to do, and it's gonna relate to some of the videos you're going to see on the channel. And I've had some people ask on the channel, it says, hey, I want to see monitor repairs and this and that. Some of you guys are kind of sick of me messing with vector monitors and whatever, and so you're going to see whatever random things I have to do in Tennessee. And so right now, let me flip this camera around. Oh, we are now underneath the truck. There's my welder and there's my crap. I actually have a semi-truck engine hoist, which is holding the front end. I picked the front end of this whole truck up. I got 2 jack stands. So between the 2 jack stands and just a few cranks on the engine hoist, I got this up. So what I'm planning on doing is... Oh, you got one out? Oh, you didn't get it out yet. Okay. I got to take these 4 bolts out of the drive shaft, drop the drive shaft, and pull it out of the transmission, and then take the bolts out of the transmission to separate the transmission from the engine, and drop my new clutch in. And anyway, so that's what I'm doing. And right now, Ryan is taking a rest over here. We're working on his motorized. He made a motorized bicycle, and so we've been working on it. But so let me think of some kind of random arcade thing to talk about. What should I talk about, Ryan? That's arcade related.
I don't know.
See, he don't know. I've actually said this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. This is, let me flip the camera around. Oh, this is how I got into arcade collecting. Years ago, I used to collect old computers, and I used to fix them. I used to make clone boards. So in other words, I would get like perf boards, and I would clone like a Timex Sinclair 1000, and change the type of RAM or something like that. It would still basically be the exact same thing, whatever, but I thought, yeah, that's awesome. I made a computer, because you kind of did, wire wrap it and everything. And I used to fix old computers and stuff like that, and I used to collect them. I had over 200 computers and old computers. Anyways, I had a garage sale, and I had a table laid out with parts everywhere, and some guy, he came up and he started buying all these chips. And so I thought maybe he fixes old computers And he said no, he fixes arcade machines. So this guy brought me to this warehouse, and he said, he showed me all these games, and really all I cared about was, what's that circuit board look like? Let me see the circuit board. Let me see the circuit board. And arcade PCBs are more complex, yet it's the same idea. They're more complex than your generic home computers. And I was just amazed at the hardware, playing with the hardware. And my first game was a Centipede, and Centipede Cocktail. And I used that Centipede Cocktail as a test rig to fix my buddy's games. And me and him, we've been friends for 17 years now. And he has a pretty good collection. He's got about 200 or so games. Now I'm up to like 175 games. So I kind of caught the same bug from him. But there's certain games that I collect that I have them because they're rare, and I think, oh, cool, that's the rare one. And there's other games that I have that are common because I love that game, And some games I have are pretty much worthless, but it might be the last game I'd sell out of my collection because I love that game. For example, Datsun 280 Zap. That's an arcade machine. I think it's made 1976 by Bally Midway. Datsun 280 Zap is a game made. It was actually from the factory, Midnight Racer, and it didn't sell very well. And so they struck up a deal with Datsun, a car manufacturer, or Nissan, and they did some kind of flyers where they would give away a 280 Zap Edition Z car, and they tried to promote their arcade machine with it. And I love that car. My dad had that car. He got it when I was 9 years old, and at that age, I thought that was a race car. I loved that car, and it was quick. It wasn't the fastest car on the road, but it was a quick car, and I enjoyed it. And years later, I got that car after my dad beat the crap out of it. And around that time, believe it or not, I worked at, I think that was McDonald's, and I just got out of high school. And I made about $10,000 a year. Okay, well, believe it or not, in a year and a half, and about a year and a half time, I put about $10,000 into that car. I know it's crazy. I was, and so I loved that car, and I eventually got rid of it. I wrecked it and stuff like that. But Datsun 280 Zap is probably my absolute favorite arcade machine, and it may be worth $300 to most of you guys out there, but to me, it's the most valuable arcade machine I have because I love that damn car. But am I rambling? I got nothing. I got nothing to show you. If you're watching me, we're just bullshitting this video. There is no arcade repairs in this video. There's nothing. I'm sitting sitting on my driveway. Whatever. So I don't know. Maybe this will be a car repair video. Or you know what? Maybe I'll think of something else to talk about. Yeah. So now I need to find a 12mm 12-point socket to take the rear end off the drive shaft. So my wife's digging through some junk stuff. I don't have it in the newer sockets. There's the truck off the ground there, of course. But yeah, I have to get this done. You see, all right, I'll tell you a story. The guy that I work for in Tennessee, he wanted me to come down to Tennessee to fix these games, and I told him, dude, I have like $200 in the bank, and I don't have all these cars working, and I don't have, our whole family would have to go down there. The school is out right now, and whatever, and I didn't know what to do, and so I left him a message, and he says, let me think about what to do, and almost a week went by. I'm like, okay, I guess it's not going to happen. I guess I'm not going to Tennessee. So, I sent him a text, and I says, hey, or what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do it or not? What's happening? And he sent me a picture of PayPal. He sent me. I told him I could maybe get my truck fixed and go down there. And anyways, he sent me a picture of PayPal, and he sent $1,000 in my PayPal. And I don't know if he expects that to get paid back, but it will be. I mean, I mean, that's very nice. What a nice guy. He sent me $1,000 just to make sure I could come down and fix his games. You know. So yeah. So I'm using that $1,000. I bought the clutch and whatever. And I'm gonna be driving. My wife's gonna be driving that truck, and I'm gonna be driving this truck because it's a stick shift. Yeah, down to Tennessee, and hopefully I'll show. I'm gonna try to be way more in depth this time. I'm gonna try to show you guys, you know, some more repairs. I know the last year I went down there. I was kind of scrambled and I did a bunch of random stuff. There's a lot of good tips in that video, in those 2 videos if you watch them. But it's kind of random. There's not like there's not a beginning and end of, you know, there's not a goal to the video. It's just a bunch of random, hey, I'm doing this, hey, I'm doing that, hey, I'm doing this. But tell you what, those 2 videos are great, and not that many people watch that. There's not that many views on that video, on those 2 videos. But check them out. But oh, you know what? Since I'm doing some random talk, hey, I really appreciate my patrons. You know, I'm getting like $50 a month from Patreon, and that's all because of you guys. And that $50 a month, I haven't touched it yet, but that's going to be going towards some sort of video, and every bit of that money will be towards a video, which is awesome. You know, I don't have to, you know, worry about money for buying a specific part to show you something cool. By the way, what do you guys think about a video? See, I have an idea that's going to be a video. And what it is let's say you have a MAME machine. Now, I don't think anyone's ever done this before, and I want to show all you guys how to do it. It's all kind of a theory, but I know it's going to work. This one I'm talking about. Let's say you have a MAME machine, and you want to play a vector game. Well, vector games kind of look like crap on a raster monitor. They just don't look right. So what I want to do is I want to build a monitor that can automatically switch between a raster monitor into a vector monitor on the fly, depending on what the computer does. So I'm going to do that in the future, and I may use some of that money from Patreon to figure that out and show you guys. And I know some of you guys have been wanting some monitor repair videos, and trust me, there's going to be lots of monitor repair videos coming up when I'm in Tennessee. So, you know, but I don't know. Man, I might be screwed. I might have to go out and buy a socket. Well, anyways, I'll meet up with you again. We are getting it. Yes, sir. All right, Ryan. You all right? Yeah. You've proved yourself to be a man. Now, you've done well. Nope, now you're stupid again.
Damn it! I'm not doing it like that.
I keep thinking about the night in Memphis. Lord, I thought I was in heaven. Ding, 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 ding. Did you hit your head?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Should we rotate the
drive shaft?
Drive shaft?
I didn't know that was possible.
Well, we have to jack up the rear end.
No.
And then
we're not doing that. Too much.
All right, I have a story for you. All right, I lived in North Dakota, and back then, in North Dakota, you can get your license at the age of 14. And so I had my license at 14 and a half or something like that. And then we moved back to Ohio, and in Ohio, yeah, obviously you have to have your license at 16.
Yeah.
Well, I've had my license for like a year at that point, but because of Ohio law, I had to go take my tests and all that all over again.
Oh.
And anyways, there was this driving inspector. What's it called when you get your test? What's that person called? Is a lady.
Driving instructor.
Driving, is it instructor?
I'm pretty sure.
Anyways, I had I get my old Z, and this lady was a total bitch. I mean, I had like McDonald's wrappers and stuff on the floor, and she's like, "What the fuck? Look at this garbage! You live in filth like this," and she's saying, "And your car is a piece of shit," and she's saying all this stuff, and I'm staying quiet. I want to pass the test so I can get my damn license. And this lady's just egging me on, Finally, I pull off on the side of the road. And because she's telling me take a right, take a left, whatever. Yeah. I pull off on the side of the road, and I said, "Get the fuck out, get out." I mean, this is the driver inspector, And so I kicked this lady out. She's on the side of the road, like yelling at me, "You asshole!" I just drove off, and the very next day, I went right back. And a different dude was there, and I could pass my driver's test. Good.
Did I tell you a lady failed me because I didn't run over a squirrel?
Because you didn't run over? Oh, you swerved? Or something?
No, I hit the brakes. I didn't hit him hard or nothing. I just lightly hit him.
Really?
And she said I obstructed traffic.
Oh, God.
Because I should have just killed the squirrel.
Well, you know what? I kind of agree with that philosophy.
It is, but
honestly, she failed.
Everyone's going to hit the brake. Everyone's going to hit the brake.
And she failed me. Yeah, I know.
So you got that loose. So all we got to do is get that.
One more, sir.
One more. And
I wish you would love my chain.
Love your... Oh, fix the chain on the bike? Oh.
I'm going to be done with this car by the time you're...
I will fix the chain on your bike while you're helping me do this.
All right. Are you recording this?
I am recording. All right. Okay, me and Kelly, we're out here till like 5 in the morning, and we got all the bolts off around the tranny except for one. Transmission is split right now, but there's one bolt that I can't get my fat hands into. So I called up my buddy Jeremy, and I brought him over here, and he's gonna try to get this last bolt. Then this whole tranny is gonna fall. Hopefully. Yep. So. Oh. Oh. How many arcade machines you got in your basement?
About 30.
30. See that? That's how we roll. That's how.
It's a sickness.
You still got that centipede cocktail?
Yeah.
That was my first arcade machine.
Oh, that's right. We sold it to Jeremy, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh no. I keep thinking about it actually. I was thinking one of these days when I see Jeremy next, ask whenever he wants to sell it. If he ever wants to sell it, let me know. But yeah, I might.
Just stepped on the trouble light.
Oh, come on.
It's trouble light had trouble.
What the?
I didn't see it behind me. It had trouble.
Now we're all gonna die of mercury poisoning.
Oh, my shoes imploding right now.
Well, me, Kelly, and Jeremy got the transmission out. We put the new clutch in, and now I'm doing the dry shaft. Jeremy noticed that we pinched some wires between the transmission casing. So Jeremy is taping that up with some electrical tape and whatever. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Getting ready to go on a trip to Tennessee. Hey Jeremy.
Yep.
How did I meet you? What? How did I ever find out about you?
Fuck, I don't even know.
I remember I think, like
I think it was through Tiffany's grandma.
Oh yeah. Yep. My neighbor across the street said, "Oh, I know someone that has arcade machines too." And so that's how I met Jeremy. I do know the first time I went to Jeremy's basement, I said, he had a Donkey Kong, the monitor was messed up. And I said, "Oh, I could fix that." So I took out the chassis, I gave it a cap kit, and there is 2 plugs on a Donkey Kong soundboard. And one is JP, one's JB or something like that. And both plugs are identical, and I wasn't paying attention. And I put the wrong plug in the wrong spot, fried his monitor. I barely knew the guy, fried his monitor. And so I had to go back. I ended up having to replace some 1N4148 diodes around the input. And I forget, that's what I remember the most. I blew some diodes. But I think one of those plugs has like 12 volts, the other plug has like 120 volts or something like that. Yeah, so when I first met Jeremy, I blew up his monitor. But we're getting there. I'm going to torque these down after I get all these tight. Well, got it all back together. That was a it took 3 days. Well, it was really a 2-day event, but it took 3 days of my time because, you know, I'm just slow and lazy. But thank God. All right, I'll tell you a story how I got this truck. A buddy of mine, he's a pinball repair tech. He has been for like 30 years, and he works with me at the shop. And this truck, the clutch went out, and I bought it about a year ago for, I think it was $200. So I was like, oh, $200, yeah, I'll fix the clutch. Well, it sat for a year, and I didn't do anything about it. Well, so now I finally fixed the clutch. Now it's finally running. And I lost the keys, so I had to, oh man. I damaged it, but I didn't ruin it. I gotta go pick up a lock. So for now, I'm starting it with a key. But anyway, so I bought his truck. Also, the other truck that I showed you earlier in the video, I bought that truck from a different pinball tech. Bought one from Johnny and bought one from Tony. It's funny. That one dude, I'll tell you some crazy stories, Johnny.
Oh yeah.
He worked, he operated gambling machines for the mafia back in the day. This guy's like 80-some years old. But, yeah. But, oh man, this dude, he put stickers all over this thing. Well, what does that say?
There's a Harley Davidson one.
Yeah, oh man, outside. He's one of those stickers equal horsepower kind of guys. Damn. Alright, well, it works. You know what? I'll even show you it working.
It stops now.
It works and stops. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Oh, yeah. The reason I'm sitting in the truck is because I'm going to buy a muffler. Yeah, because listen to this. Oh, no. That'll get me pulled over real quick. So I'm going to buy a muffler and an ignition. I can't just... I can't just
pulled over.
I have a screwdriver, you know. Is this your vehicle? Yeah, sure. Yeah. But, well, I will see you guys in Tennessee in the next video. Have a good one, guys.